Good evening, good afternoon. Hello, welcome to Ziano Mind Spa. I'm so glad, happy to see you here, to have you all here. We have almost a full house. I think we're expecting one or two more. I'm sure they'll join in the coming minutes, but it's so great to have you here. Welcome to your next chapter. Welcome to your next chapter. Here we are. One more person's about to join. And today we are going to be talking about everything to do with rediscovering yourself and stepping into your next chapter being typically where you are creating your own business, your own brand, your own mission, your own movement. And I'm going to share my screen in a second, but I first of all just wanted to welcome you and to say you're in the right place. You are in the right place. So let's start off by saying, has anyone here ever walked into a room, a space, and immediately felt that they were being judged? Who can identify with being judged? You feel that people are looking at you, talking at you. They may not even be talking, but the way they look, if you feel like they're looking at you and thinking thoughts. Is it just me? Thank you, Patricia. No. And who here, let's be honest, who here has ever walked into a room and you know that you're the one who's been doing the judging? Thank you. And who here has ever walked into a room and you know that you're being judged? You know that you're the one doing the judging, but the person that you're most judging is you. Yeah, two hands. I want to do two hands. I'm judging and I'm judging myself. Two hands right there. Two hands, right? See, I see you smile. See, I see you laugh. Two hands. So, yeah, at Ziano Mind Spa, honestly, I invite us to park our egos, leave your egos at the door, and just come in the way you are. Just be who you are. Because I think since 2020, we are so much more empowered to be who we are. And it's so much more of a requirement even for us to be who we are, because we are reminded of our invincibility, our immortality, or our mortality even, right? The second thing I'm going to invite you to do is to have no repercussions for what we say, what we see, what we do in this space. What does that mean? We're in a safe space. We're at the spa. This is the spa, right? We're in a safe space. And when you go to this spa, you are clothed in a way, or unclothed even, to an extent where you may be feeling slightly vulnerable. It's the same thing here. We bring our whole selves in. We share stuff. You may hear stuff. You may see stuff. You may say stuff that you may never even have allowed to say before. Can I invite everybody to please go on mute? Can everybody please go on mute? Please. So we have a clean recording. Can you all please go on mute? I'm going to have to do it. Okay, fine. I think I've done it. So I'm going to invite you to have no repercussions for anything you may see, hear, say, or do in this space. Can I get some hands up to agree with that? Thank you. Now, you may say, Eme, what do you mean by agree? We don't call these rules, we don't call these laws. We are grown women. We call them agreements because we want to be the best that we can be. We want to lead. And so leaders don't have to follow rules. Leaders lead the way by agreeing. The third and final, before we kick off and I start to share my screen, is to have unconditional acceptance for each other. Just accept what you see, accept what you say. And also accept you for who you are. And just say, whatever happens here, whatever happens at the spa is meant to happen at the spa, but it stays at the spa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, ladies, let me start my screen share. And we're going to have time for questions at the end. So if you have any questions, please, you're more than welcome to raise your hand. I will try to look at the chat, look at the screen, but otherwise we're going to keep it moving. So welcome to Ziano Mind Spa once again. Can you see my screen? Yes, perfect. So how to design your next chapter for success. I added that second bit in there, for success, because at the end of the day, what we're looking for is, I'm not even sure if it's success, if I can be honest. I want to almost call it for significance, success and significance, for a higher level of success. Maybe that's the way it should have been phrased. A higher level of success and significance. And as we go through, we will understand why I say this. So we're going to be together for about, I don't know, an hour and a half. And so I'm going to leave time, as I said, at the end for questions. So my name is Ene. For those who don't know, I think you all probably do. I am a TEDx speaker, the author of the best-selling book, Your Life is Calling. But what I am most proud of, what I am most passionate about is for being the founder of Ziano Mind Spa, where I guide women who are seeking a higher level, who are seeking more. I guide women in the process of transitioning from one chapter of their life into another, a chapter with more significance, a chapter where they can birth new dreams, a chapter where they believe in themselves. I'm going to share the reason why in a second. I'm going to share the reason why this is so passionate to me. And let me know if you are in the right place. You're in the right place if you are within 3 years of establishing yourself as a coach, a consultant, an expert, a mentor, a small business owner. You're in the right place if you're thinking of starting your own business or building your own personal brand. You're in the right place if you're a corporate professional who is in transition, looking to birth new dreams. You're also in the right place if perhaps you've been a stay-at-home mom who's thinking about what's next for her. Or perhaps you've done all of this stuff, or you've done other things, but you're looking for your next level. You want more. You want to experience massive growth in your life or in your business. You're seeking strategies, you're seeking tools, you're seeking tips, you're seeking maybe even a community where you can, as we said before, check your ego at the door, leave your titles at the door, come in, learn, share, connect, and grow to be more of who you were created to be. So let me know, is there anybody who cannot identify with anything that I put on this slide? Is there anybody who said, no, you haven't captured me yet. You haven't captured me yet. I don't belong into any of these groups. Okay, I don't see any hands up, so I'm going to take that as a no. Let me explain. If you see me looking away, let me share. I've got different screens. So I'm looking at you, or rather you're looking at me through this particular camera. But I've got a screen here and also a screen here. So if you see me looking away, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just making sure that I can see the chat and I can see your faces as well. So, okay, it'll be good if my thing actually worked. Hey, here we are. So do you recognize any of these? You're at a point in your life where you're thinking, I want to create more impact in the world. You're asking nobody in particular, is this it? And you're saying, there's got to be more. Now what? I've ticked that box. I've ticked those boxes. I've done the corporate role. I've done the mom role. What's next for me? There's got to be more. Or perhaps you're simply at a crossroad where you say, I feel lost. I just don't know what to do. Here, maybe you're seeking to reignite your passion, to reignite your purpose, to create a new direction, a new sense of direction in life. Or maybe like me, you're wondering, like I was a few years ago, looking at my life and wondering, what if? Just what if you're daydreaming, thinking of what life could be? And you're thinking, wouldn't it be nice if? But then as you think that, you may then think to yourself, but how could I possibly give up everything I've worked so hard to achieve and start all over again? Well, here's the thing. The dream won't leave you alone. It keeps coming back. And it keeps doing this. It keeps tapping you, saying, I'm still here. I'm still here. It may come to you in the form of an inner voice, maybe a stirring in your soul, maybe something in your head, or maybe actually, as I said, an actual telling you that there's more to your life. Maybe you're thinking, I'd love to do that, if only I had more money, more time, a bigger house, a smaller house, a husband, children. My kids would have left home. My kids would come back home. It's always something about something outside of your control, giving you permission. I think something happened to a lot of us in 2020. I don't know, there's something that happened in 2020 that a lot of us rose up and said, you know what? No, I need to give myself permission. Permission lies within me and me alone. And so that's why we're here, because it's time for us to give ourselves permission. Sometimes, though, we give ourselves verbal permission, but we don't give ourselves emotional or mental permission. What do I mean? We say we're going to do something. We say it and we say it and we say it, but we don't take action. So my invitation to you today is, let this be the first day that you take action, if you haven't started to take action. Or let this be the last day that you don't take action. And even if you are taking action, then let this be the day that we elevate, accelerate whatever we're doing. Because there's no one on earth that I know of who knows that they have a certain number of hours, days, months, or years on earth. No one. So if you have that notch, if you have that yearn, if you have the yearnings, if you have the whispers, if you have the voices, if you have the taps, it means that the time is now. You're seeking deeper meaning, renewed purpose, personal fulfillment. You want to redefine success and perhaps step towards significance. But here's the thing about success. For so many people, it takes so long to get to success that it's scary to even admit to yourself that you become comfortable in your success zone and you want significance. And people may look at you and ask you whether you have lost your mind. If you say, I want more, have you lost your mind? Right? Because life is okay. Life may even be good, but only you know what's happening internally within you. Only you know that honestly you have so much more than the success that you have become comfortable with allows you to have. People external to you may try to talk you out of it. But the most dangerous voice is when we talk ourselves out of it. When we listen to the voice within us, telling us that maybe you're like me. I felt selfish. I felt greedy. I felt guilty for wanting more because my life was actually good. It wasn't until I realized that it would actually be a disregard, a disrespect. It would be me diminishing who I am able to be if I become too comfortable, right? So maybe we need a sense of direction, maybe to stretch ourselves to something higher. We have a comfortable life, like I said, but we have a deeper longing within us. And so why is it important to do it now? Why now? Why is it important to do this now? One, time. I just shared a second ago. We don't know how long we have. Nobody knows how long we have. So time. Two, we're at a crossroad. We're literally at the end of the road. We have to take left or we have to take right. Right? We cannot keep spinning our wheels in the same spot. We have to get a move on. We want to do over. You know what? I actually just want to start again. I want to do over. The way we did over in 2020. Yeah, well, I want to start again. I just feel that it's time for me to start again. I want to press the reset button. So that when I get to the end of my life and I look back, I will have no regrets. I will have no regrets. Okay, how are we feeling? Quick check-in, how are we feeling? Everyone okay? Everyone still here?
Yes.
Thank you, Ade.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
doing good.
Thank you, Mary Evans. Hey, I see you.
Yes, I'm
See you
still
for
here.
that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So what we're going to be talking about for the next, I don't know, half an hour or so, 40 minutes. We're going to be talking about the journey to our next chapter, the journey back to you, the journey to our next, the journey to your next. And we're going to start by talking about, first of all, let me say that this journey, this roadmap is based on my journey. It's not from a book, it's not from a podcast, it's not from YouTube, it's not from a course, it's based on my journey that I have been walking on for the past 3.5 years since I stepped into this world of personal development, of personal growth, of personal transformation. And we're going to talk about each of these buckets in a little bit of detail. Obviously, we can't go into all of the detail, but we will dip into each of them enough for you to get a flavor. The first phase is clarity, to identify what we want, identify, rediscover who we are. I see it, I use the analogy of a car journey. We're going on a car journey, right? And in the clarity phase, this is where we set the GPS, where we're actually going, and how will we know when we've arrived? Because if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you've arrived, right? So this is very much the GPS setting. You step into your car and you punch in the postcode, the zip code of where you're going. This is my destination. What does the GPS, the satellite navigation system, do? It then draws a route from where you are to where you want to go. Imagine that this is a long distance journey you're going on. You can't just get into your car and drive for 5 hours. It wouldn't be very wise. You need to ensure that your car is ready for that kind of journey. So you need to get your tires checked, maybe. You need to make sure you've got enough air in your tires, pressure. You need to make sure you've got enough gas to get you where you're going. You need to make sure your car is clean. It's nice to get into a clean car, right? You need to buy snacks for the journey. That's the courage phase. Getting your tool, your system ready. In the journey of personal transformation, in the journey of stepping into your next chapter, that system, that tool, that machine is you. Is you. Now, here's the thing. When we're going to land this ship, and when we get to conviction, we're going to be talking about building that dream, putting some legs on that dream, whether it's a business, whether it's a brand, whether it's a mission, whether it's a movement. But here's the thing. There are lots of business coaches out there. You can get a business coach at the drop of a hat just by stepping into what's it called? Instagram. But getting the tools, getting the tips, getting the strategies even for building a business is one thing. Getting the machine ready is a totally different thing. And if the machine is not ready, I'm sorry to say, ladies, no tools, no tips, no strategies will last the distance, because that machine will let you down again and again and again. I don't know how many of us will care to admit that we start off the year with plans, with I'm going to go and do this, and I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to launch my business, launch my course, I'm going to whatever, move house. And we get to the 22nd of January. I don't know why that date is the date. And it's like, oh, you know what? I'm okay where I am. I'm okay the way I was before. I'm good. Thank you, Mary Evans. I see nothing. I'm good. It's actually not too bad where I am. It's not because we don't want it. It's not because we haven't got the tools. We've heard of people who sign up for the gym at the end of the year, the start of the year. February, the gym is empty. You can't get a spot on the treadmill on the 2nd of January. Try again 2nd of February. You have options. It's not because the gyms were never there. Tatenda, I see you smile. I know you've been doing your thing. I know you've been doing your thing. I know. Yeah. Okay. But seriously, right? We've all been there. We've all started things that we haven't finished. A lot of the time, we're the ones who sabotage ourselves. And I say this from a place of complete non-judgment, because I'm that person too. I'm that person too. Why? Why did I'm going to share my story in a second, but why did it take me 3 decades to finally do what I'm doing now? I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in myself. And that's what courage is, getting the machine ready. Third is, we're going to talk about commitment. Commitment is starting to put some legs around this thing, starting to learn to use our voice, share our story. And then finally, conviction. I'm going to go into more detail. But this is the journey. This is the journey back to you. This is your journey. Clarity, where you're going. Courage, who do you need to be? Oh, I'm going to talk about courage in so much more detail, because I'm going to do a bit of personal bragging. I have shameless bragging. Courage is my zone of genius. We all have our zones of genius. That's where I fully come alive. We're going to be talking about that in a lot more detail. Hi, Lisa. Hello, my darling sis. I saw you walk into the room. Hello. So I want to invite you. I invite you to imagine that it is the 19th of September 2024. 19th of September 2024. And you meet up with a friend for a hot chocolate. Now, this hot chocolate here is completely indulgent. And I'm sorry to tell you, no, it's not something I saw in a picture. It's a drink I actually drank. It's my drink. Yes, it's my hot chocolate. Completely indulgent, I know. You may not even like hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate, and I also love English breakfast tea. Replace it in your head with whatever your drink of choice is. But exactly a year from today, you meet with a friend of yours and you're having your drink of choice. And you're telling your friend about the amazing year that you've had since today. Not in a braggadocious way. She's your friend or he's your friend. But you're just telling them how grateful you are, how thankful you are, how much you've grown as a person, as a leader, as a friend, as a daughter, as a wife, as a sister, as a mother, as a neighbor, as a person. And you're sharing with them what has happened to you, both internally and externally. How you're making real impact in the world using your gifts. What are you saying? What are you saying to this friend? What have you done? Who have you touched? What are people saying about you? What are you saying about you? What impact have you made? What contribution have you made? Who have you served? Who is saying thank you that I met Mary, Tatenda, Patricia, Mary Rose, Ade, Folake, Lisa, Josephine? Who is saying thank you for you? Sanada, if I have missed your name, it's a true error of the head, not of the heart. My heart's in the right place. Mary Evans, I think I said Mary Evans. Who's saying thank you for you? Who's going to bed at night? Who's going to bed at night? And in her prayers, she's saying, thank you that I met. And what are they thankful for you for? Ooh, we could spend an entire session just on this piece right here, but we need to move on. We could literally spend a whole session just writing this out. But I think it's a great exercise for you to take away and do on your own. Who is saying thank you for you and why? I'd like to share a little bit about myself and why this topic is so important to me. Is it okay if I share a little bit about myself? Is that okay? Thank you. Thank you, T. I see you nod. Thank you, T. So for 30 years, I had a corporate career, a successful corporate career. I think I've alluded to it already, a good life. Many would even consider that I had dream jobs. I worked for some of the world's most recognizable global brands, including, as you can see here, I'm not sure how many logos you can identify. Some have the names on, others don't. Let me share the ones that don't have their names on, because you can read the ones that have their names on. The kind of squiggly yellow bit at the top at the kind of north, what is that? North, is that northwest? Northwest, yeah. That is actually, I don't mind sharing, the best company I ever worked for, and that is AstraZeneca. I know pharmaceuticals have a rough time. Me personally, the best company I ever worked for, but that's besides the point. 12 o'clock exactly is HSBC, one of the biggest banks in the entire world. Bang in the middle is Shell, if anybody can't recognize Shell. Kind of northeast of Shell is the one that says 30. I don't even know why it says 30. It's the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. And bottom left of that is Travelport, a technology company. If you've ever traveled anywhere, booked an airplane ticket, a car hire, a hotel, chances are you have booked it on Travelport's systems. They do all the behind systems. I'm not sure what they call it. Behind systems, platforms for the travel industry. So booking.com, hotel.com, all of them, they sit off Travelport's system. So anyway, this is a 30-year journey. What happened along this journey is that I increasingly felt a disconnection with myself. I increasingly felt that I was losing myself. I became increasingly unhappy. I had this tap. And one day in 2020, I jumped. I walked out of a meeting at work. I think a lot of you have probably heard my story. I walked out of a meeting at work and I didn't know where I was walking, what I was walking into. I knew what I was walking away from, because for a lot of that time, like I said, I would wake up crying every day, thinking to myself that there's got to be more to my life than this. I would often change job. Here's the thing, I would change job because I thought the problem was with my team, with my boss, with the CEO, with the sector. The problem was with everybody else but me. Hashtag accept responsibility. I didn't accept responsibility. In my mind, everybody had an issue but me. But here's the thing, everywhere I went, guess who I took with me? Me. Right? Everywhere I went, guess who I took with me? Me. The problem wasn't them. The problem was me not recognizing I had no business there. And I share this vulnerably now because the first step of stepping into your, no, not the first step. One of the key steps to step into your next chapter is accepting responsibility. So I had, great jobs. I became really good at interviewing, and I would get the jobs like this. And within a few months, I would hate it, because I was searching for something that wasn't there. So I eventually left and I started to work on myself, started to work with coaches, with leaders, with teachers. I started to get to know myself. And in April of 2021, I published my first book, the foreword of which was written by somebody that I think we all probably know, Mr. Les Brown. And this is me at my virtual book launch. I share these pictures to say what has happened in 3.5 years compared to 30 years before that. This is me and my coach, Lisa Nichols. I think we have one person here, Mary Evans. Hey, from Lisa's World. In 2021, I went to her retreat in the Bahamas. That's me and her on the left. And that same year, 2 months later, in September 2021, she was the keynote speaker at my first event. So I held a virtual event and Lisa was my keynote speaker. Now, the reason why that is so mind-blowing is that it was my first event. My first event had Lisa Nichols as the keynote speaker. That's something that will always stay with me. I don't think I can ever get used to saying that. Les Brown interviewed me on his Facebook page. I visited Les Brown last year in his home in Atlanta. At the same time, I met one of my other coaches, Dr. Cheryl Wood, and we have another Dr. Cheryl Wood protege in the room with us. Lisa. Sorry? Are you still here, Lisa? I don't know if Lisa's still. Hey, Lisa is still here.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm still here.
Hey, you were here, Lisa. Do you remember this last year? You remember this? Of course you do.
Absolutely, yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Of course you do. So, and then I think my proudest moment, though, I have to say, would be stepping onto the TEDx stage in March of last year, March of 2022. So this is what can happen when we go back and find ourselves. And that's why my mission is to go back and get the others. But you may say, well, what does that mean? What that means is I know that, like me, there are many women. They may be sitting in offices. They may be sitting in really lovely ivory towers in global organizations. But what nobody will know is that they cried before they got to work that morning. And when they get home that evening, they will cry again. As they say, there's got to be more to my life than this. They may have been stay-at-home mothers who are now looking for what's next. They may already be in business, but they know that they haven't quite delivered all of who they can to the world. And they're ready now to pinch their nose and jump and say, I would rather jump and take the chance than get to the end of my life, look back and think, if only, if only. So my slide, I'd like to share a little personal, I like to share a personal picture so that you can see who you're, know a little bit more about me. This is my family. I've been married for 30 years. That's one thing I did right. I married a good one. And we've been married for 30 years. We have 2 grown-up sons who are 28 and 24. And I've just come back from spending 6 weeks with my 24-year-old in New York. So if you stay until the end, I am going to offer you the opportunity, if you wish, to have a one-on-one strategy call with me if you are at a point where you would appreciate some clarity, somebody to talk things over with. Anywhere I may be able to help you, completely complimentary strategy call. That's my bribe to you to stay until the end. So we talked about this journey. Let's talk a little bit more. What happens in the clarity phase? You're asking yourself now what? We need to go back and identify who we are, rediscover who we are. Who is that 5-year-old, or better still, that 4-year-old girl? That 4-year-old girl is still there. That 4-year-old girl is still waiting. That 4-year-old girl is asking you when you're going to come back and fulfill the promises that you made to her, the plans that you and her made before life happened to you. Every time I think of my 5-year-old self, I kid you not, my throat it's very difficult for me to swallow, because I'm just thankful that I'm still alive at a time when I recognize that I need to go back and find her and fulfill my promise to her. My invitation to you today is, if you're not on the journey of going back to her, that today will be the day you start that journey. Find that girl. She's inside of you and she's waiting. She's patient. She's forgiven you. She's forgiven you. She does not blame you. Her heart is pure. Her heart is full of love. She's waiting for you to come back and play a little and not take life too seriously. Just play a little. You need to identify what you want. The exercise, the question we did at the start with the hot chocolate, where you're talking to your friend a year from now, that is identifying what you want. What's the dream? What's the goal? What's the GPS? What is the GPS destination? What is the zip code, the postcode that we're going to put in our GPS to say this is where you're going? Now, let me say this quickly. We're not tied to a particular destination. We're allowed to change our minds. In this next chapter, we're not judging ourselves for changing our minds. We're not doing that. So it's not a case of, oh, I said I want to do this, so I have to do this. Oh no, baby, you can change your mind, but at least get started. Because the thing with clarity is, the more action you take, the more you the more you fine tune exactly what you want, the more definitive and the clearer the exact spot is of where you're going. At first, it may just be a general, I just want to get away from here. I don't even know where I'm going, but I just want to get away from here. But as you get closer to where you are, you start to have the nudge in your heart. You start to get excited. You say, I like this more than I like this. Oh, I really like this. And life, here's the thing about life. Life will help you. Life will throw all sorts of guidance your way. And you'll be thinking, how did I not have this before? It's because you didn't get started before. So the most important thing is just to get started and watch life conspire in your favor. And next, I don't know why I love this quote. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring shall be to arrive where we started and know the place for the very first time. And that place is a place called you, Mary Evans, called you Tatenda, called you Sin, called you Folake, called you Lisa, called you Mary Rose, called you Adi, called you Patricia. It's a place called you. I'm going to stop share for a second, actually. I want to check in. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? I'd like to hear from at least a couple of you. How are you feeling?
A lot of food for thought.
Thank you, team.
Very focused, just focused, taking it in.
Thanks, Mary Rose. Anybody else? How are we feeling? Okay. Everyone's quiet, so I guess everyone's
taking it in.
Taking it in.
I agree. We're taking it in. I'm multitasking here. So yeah, we're taking all this in. This is wonderful. It's thought-provoking.
It's thought-provoking. Thank you, my darling. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing again. So courage. Courage is, we said before, courage is getting the machine ready for where we're going. We're building a mission, a movement. We have a message. We're building a personal brand, a business. Here's the thing. When we have a message to deliver to the world, we often think that we're the messenger. But I think we're much more than the messenger. I think we're also the message, because you lead by being. You pull people by being. It's not so much what you say. In fact, it's not what you say, because how many people know people who say one thing and do something totally different? Right? We say one thing, but we're not congruent with what we say. It's about being. And although we're building a business, we're building ourselves. We're building ourselves. It's not just a business. It's not just a mission, a movement, a brand. It's bigger than that. We're building us. Because it's about who we be. It's about who we become in the journey of delivering this thing to the world. And that's why I said that we're also the message. Because we can talk all day long about the business, and we can do all sorts of business strategy courses and all that. And that's important. Please don't misunderstand me. But if we don't feel that we're worthy, if we don't feel that we're able, if we don't feel that we have a voice, if we don't feel that we have a voice that's worth listening to, we won't step out there and do it. We won't step out there and do it. And that's why I really, really I cannot congratulate, celebrate two ladies here enough. I cannot celebrate Ade and Mary Rose enough for stepping out. It takes a huge amount of courage, of self-belief, and I recognize this. I recognize this. So I really just want to celebrate you two. Honestly, well done. Very, very well done. I can talk about this for the rest of the year. Like literally, I can talk about this for the rest of the year. We haven't got the rest of the year for me to talk about this, but I do want to say that it's about, and we're going to for those who are coming on Saturday, we are going to spend quite a bit of time here. We're going to spend quite a bit of time here. What's stopping us? We did some of this at our last event. It's truly evaluating, identifying, one, where we're going, but two, what habits we have picked up along the way that aren't serving us for where we're going. It takes a lot of internal, it takes honesty, it takes vulnerability, it takes self-belief, it takes self-trust to even allow ourselves to be honest with ourselves. I shared with you about 10 minutes ago. I said, every job I went to, the one person I took with me was me. I also shared 3 years ago, I would never have made that kind of statement because I have no part to play in any of that. Oh, no. I was fine. I was blameless. It takes a lot of vulnerability to say, you know what? I needed to work on me for me to be the best that I can be. And when you see people who are very quick to what's the word? To be defensive, and we all have been. This is no judgment. It's usually an invitation to look within and say, why am I so triggered? What's going on here? It's not easy. It's not pleasant, but it's necessary. It's necessary. I have no shame in saying, I'm quite happy to say where my weaknesses are. I'm also quite happy to say where my strengths are. My strengths lie here. This is where I come alive, here. This is where I come alive. Why? Because I've been on the journey myself. The journey that I went on, and I'm still on this journey. And I know what my life, I know what I am now compared to what I was, or who I am now compared to who I was before. And I know that right here is the piece that has the biggest impact on where we're going, because I have done the journey. It's the nastiest part of the journey, but it's the sweetest part of the journey. I heard a quote at a summit on Friday that said, it is in the middle of manure that growth happens. It's in the middle of manure that growth happens. Let's move on. We've all seen this before. I have shown this in a lot of my events and programs. This is a powerful image, and we've all seen this in one form or another. I'm pretty sure a lot of us, if not all of us, have seen this image in one form or another. What we see, what's visible, is what we see, is what's visible. What we don't see is what is actually keeping up what we see. Sorry. What we don't see is what's keeping up what we see. So when you see somebody who is successful, for example, whatever that may mean to you, you see the success, you don't see the manure that has had to grow underneath for that little bit at the top. We have to work on ourselves, our attitudes, our beliefs, our values, our drivers, our perception, our experiences, our environment, in order to grow at the top. But what a lot of us want, ladies, is to be big on top, but not do the work below. We can't. It's not sustainable. We need to do the work below. That's holding a mirror up to our faces and looking at the patterns, the trends, the habits that we have formed, and identifying what no longer serves us, and then replacing them with what we need going forward. But first, we have to identify. First, we have to identify. I heard this by Jamie Tandima the other day, and it really spoke to me. We don't rise to what we believe is possible. We fall to what we believe we are worthy of. We don't rise to what we believe is possible. We fall to what we believe we are worthy of. Everyone still okay? Quick check-in. Quick check-in.
Yes.
T, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I hear you, Adi, and I saw T was what I saw on my screen. So commitment. Let's move on. Commitment is all about why you. Why you? Come on, I'm going to say commitment is, for me, it's really about understanding that it's not whether you are worthy of your dream. It's not whether your dream is worthy of you. Ooh. It's not so much about whether you are worthy of your dream. It's about whether your dream is worthy of you. Why you? When you know who you are, when you know your greatness, you will stop dimming your light. Stop hiding. And then it's then about putting some arms and legs around this thing. So who are you serving? What are you serving them? How are you serving them? What are you serving them? Here we're then coming out, we're coming closer to our destination. And here we're starting to build some legs around where we're going, right? So we now know, okay, I'm ready to start my mission. I'm ready to start my business. I'm ready to build my personal brand. Well, who is it for? Right? How are you going to impact them? What journey are you going to take them on? Who is she? Who is he? Who are they? To be specific. And how does what I have help them to get from where they are to where they want to be? And where? So this is actually, as I said, putting some legs, putting some structure. Now, in my opinion, the single most important tool that we have to deliver a message, to deliver our mission to the world, the single most important tool is our voice, hands down. Single most important tool. The single most important area that you can work on, that you should work on, is your voice. I don't mean voice as in so you can be a singer. No, I mean voice you can speak to impact, to influence, and to transform. Let me be very clear though, only transformed people can transform people. So you need to transform first, or at least be on the journey. Oh, that's another thing. You don't need to be at step 10 before you can start helping people. If you're at step 2, you can help somebody at step 0, even somebody at step 1. A lot of us, we want to learn more, and I'm guilty of this. I put my hand up first for this one. I want to learn more, know more, be coached more, be guided more, be mentored more, have written 10 books. No. Where you are is enough to reach back and help somebody else. There's somebody who knows less than you. So by identifying who that person is, who those people are, and starting to guide them. And actually, the best way to grow, the best way to learn is actually by helping others. Because when you're helping people, they force you They will force you to learn more. They will force you to elevate yourself, because the reason you can keep pulling them is because you yourself are rising. I can't keep pulling you if I'm not rising myself, right? I can't keep pulling you if I'm not rising. That's a good word. You don't have to be at step 10 to help somebody. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. You don't have to be. At step 2, you can help somebody at step 1. And you can certainly help somebody at step 0. Somebody who is in reception, a kid who's at reception. Lisa, I think that will be kindergarten for you. They don't need a GCSE student to come and help them with what they're doing in reception. No, they do not. I mean, they do not. A GCSE kid could not possibly help a reception kid. He or she, they can't. The gap is too wide. Somebody in year 1 is best placed to help the reception kid. That's the best person. Pull a kid out of year 1 and come and help me. Because why? You've only just been here yourself. You've only just been here yourself. And then tell your story. Tell your story. Your story is what connects, is what engages, is what helps people to transform, is what gives people the hope that if you can do it, then so can they. Now, when I say tell your story, let me be clear. Some people think telling your story means telling people from the day you were born to where you are now. Please don't ever do that to people. Please don't ever do that to anybody. Please. That's not telling your story. Your story is a snapshot, a moment, a time where things shifted in your life. That's your story. You're telling them what happened before the shift, and after the shift. That's all. That's what we mean when we say tell your story. Because when I say tell your story, some people say, oh, but then I was born. I'm like, whoa, easy. No, please don't do that to anybody. Okay. And then finally, no, we're not there yet. This is great about storytelling. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I think we have probably all heard this quote by the late Maya Angelou, and this is a powerful illustration, a powerful evidence, if you like, of the power of storytelling. Storytelling is, for me, it's been the biggest financial investment, but also the biggest reward in my journey, hands down. Apart from, let me be clear. Apart from personal transformation. Transformation has been the biggest growth. But in terms of tools, is storytelling, hands down. Biggest investment, but also biggest reward. So I really invite you to learn how to share your story. It's powerful. And then finally, conviction. This is now putting it all together, creating your core offer, your programs, your products, building your ecosystem. What do I mean by ecosystem? I mean, what will you offer the world? What are your offerings? Oh, please do, my darling. Oh, please do. I'm sorry. Please, you don't need permission for that. I'm just glad that you're here. Please do. Thank you for letting me know. Your offer, what programs are you going to put in the world? How? On what platform? How will you do it? One-to-one, one-to-many, group, virtual, in person? There's a whole raft of different possibilities that you have available to you. You have a free offer, you'll have a low ticket offer, you'll have a mid ticket offer, you'll have a high ticket offer. This is then getting people to understand, to know, to recognize what you have, and inviting them to go on their journey of transformation with you. One thing I didn't say, and I probably should have done, is that you're likely going to find out that the person that you're best called to serve is actually a previous version of you. Your ideal, and on a program that I'm going to offer, I'm going to launch next week. We go into detail about this. Your ideal client, your avatar, as it's called, is a previous version of you, because that's the person you're best called to serve. And then you're going to need to start getting visible. Who knows you? What do they know you for? Here's something. When your name is mentioned, people should know immediately what you are going to speak about, what will come out of your mouth. It should not be a surprise to anybody. It should not be a surprise to anybody. Imagine that you're invited to a party, right? And I'm also invited to the same party. And you and I know somebody in common. And I bump into that our mutual friend in the supermarket. And our mutual friend says, our mutual friend, if I can get the words out, our mutual friend says to me, oh, you know my party on Saturday? Well, Ade will be there. Patricia will be there. Lisa will be there. T will be there. My Rose will be there. Folake will be there. Josephine will be there. I should be able to say, oh, I can't wait to see her because I know she'll blah, blah, blah. What's that thing? If I stepped up on social media tomorrow, for those of you who follow me on social media, and I start talking about going to the gym, my health journey, you'll be like, what? She's not a health coach? She's not doing health coaching? I didn't know she was into health. I'm not into health. I'm not into health. I'm not going to talk about health. So I will never go, please don't get wrong. That's not to say health isn't important. I just picked that as an example, right? There's so many things I can talk about. I've been married for 30 years. I can talk about relationships. I think I'm equipped 30 years later. I've got 2 kids in their 20s. I can talk about parenting. I think I'm equipped. And I could do, and I will add them into whatever I talk about, but I'm not going to lead my conversation talking about marriage or talking about raising kids. That's not the first thing that will come out of my mouth. I'm going to talk to you about your next chapter. And then I will say, oh, by the way, have you got kids? And we'll have the conversation. But I will always lead with that one thing, your next chapter, which is about your mission, your vision, your brand. So please, 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 have one thing that you are known for. Some people say to me, I have different passions. We all have different passions. There's nobody I know who has only one passion. Yes, you can do different things, but I invite you to do one thing first, land that, and then add to it. Land that, and then add to it. Don't try to land 3, 4, 5 at the same time, because not only will you confuse people, you'll also confuse yourself. Yeah. And then finally, trust the process and have fun. There'll be twists and turns, but not what's life without twists and turns. There'll be ups and downs. There'll be days when you wake up and you'll cry yourself. You'll cry like I was crying when I was going to those corporate jobs. I still cry sometimes. Yes, I do. But it's a different type of cry. Now I cry that, what is listening to me? Not that, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's a different type of cry. So it's not, I'm not saying that, you know, that all your angst and your growth is magically disappears. It doesn't, but it's almost joyful. And I don't mean to diminish anything, but it is truly almost joyful, because you know that you're going to get through it and you can't wait for the next step and the next step. And also, you know that it is giving you more tools and strategies and strengths and strength to help those coming behind you, because you can say, oh, that one, that's a big pothole. Mind that one there. Ouch, you didn't. Okay, never mind, you'll be fine. Right? So we are coming to the end, and I'm going to stop there and say check in, check in, check in, check in, check in. How we all doing? How we all doing? How we all doing? But I'm going to go for another literally 3 minutes because I do want to have time for some questions. I think most people here have either been or maybe seen some of these. These are the events that we hold at Ziano Mind Spa. I am very, very big on events. I love in-person events. I fully recognize that in the world we live in today, it would be foolhardy not to have a virtual element. Lisa is here. Dr. Lisa is here from the US. Mary Evans, I think she's dropped off. She was here from the US. Patricia, who's here, I don't know where she is, but I know she lives in Dubai. So we don't want to rule out people from around the world, but I do love in-person events and I do love to travel. I love to travel. So to the extent that you're able to travel, I invite you to come and travel with me. I had to cancel the scheduled retreat to Marrakesh this year because of the earthquake in Marrakesh. Some people said to me, I shouldn't have cancelled it. We should carry on. And I don't think that was wrong advice, but I chose not to because I recognize that I'm taking people's mothers, people's wives, people's daughters away with me. And I just couldn't take the risk. I couldn't take the personal risk, not just the physical risk, but also the emotional risk. I wasn't happy to bear that risk. So I made the very tough decision to cancel it. And I'm going to share here. This is the first time I've said this thing outside of my husband. The next retreat will be in April 2024. It's going to be in Lake Como in Italy. So don't say you don't know. If you want to join us, I would love for you to join us. Lake Como in Italy is the place where we're going to go next, April 2024. And then these are some testimonials. I'm going to whiz through these. These are just testimonials from my clients to say how much they love the space, how much they love the spa, and I love them too. So we are done. We are done. At least my portion is done. So I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Now we have another, 15, 20 minutes to take questions and just chat. Let me know how you're feeling. How can I help? Where did Ade go? Ade is here. Okay. Questions?
Yeah.
It's not so much of a question. I think every time we go through the exercise, you hear it differently. It provokes you from different directions. And you think, oh, I thought I was there, but you actually feel there's still more to be done.
Yeah.
So it always comes out and it challenges you more and more.
Yeah. I love that reflection, T. Thank you. And sorry, when I said questions, I actually meant questions, comments, shares, reflections. T, I love that reflection. That is a powerful reflection. There's a guy called John Canary. He used to work very closely with Bob Proctor. John Canary said, when you read a book more than once, you don't see something in the book that you didn't see before. You see something in yourself that you didn't see before. So you are growing, my love. Your vision, what you could see a year ago when you did this exercise, you're no longer there. You're evolving, you're changing, you're seeing, you're growing, you're becoming. So of course it's going to hit you differently. Of course it is, my darling, but thank you for that reflection. That's an amazing reflection. Thank you. And that's why we should keep doing this exercise, right? It's never a once and done. It's never a once and done. Powerful reflection. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else? Anything else? Lisa, Dr. Lisa, yay.
Hi, NA.
Hello,
Hi,
darling.
everyone. Forgive me. I apologize for being late because I'm working. I'm multitasking here, and it took me a minute to find my my email on my laptop. So anyway, you said you don't have to be on step 10 to help someone, and I think no. Let me rephrase that. I know I am very guilty of that. I feel like I have to be all the way at the top in order to help others get to the top. And we all have a following of some kind, even if it's a secret following. And that's what I found out in this journey of entrepreneurship and leadership and coaching. You have people that you later find out have been following you and imitating you all the time, but have never voiced it to you. You have those that mimic your life and they only see the sparkle side of it. And I'm a giddy girl. You know, I like all my shiny things and that type of thing, but I'm very transparent when I'm coaching someone or when I'm speaking, and letting them know the setbacks that comes along with it, the sacrifices that comes along with it, the sleepless nights, and not bad sleepless nights. I mean, sleepless nights because your mind is racing. You want to do so much for so many that you're up writing, you're up thinking, you're up planning. You know, it's work behind it, but it's a good work because you later see the impact that you make in somebody's life that actually transforms somebody's life for the better. So I really appreciate what you're doing. I'm going to get in on one of your retreats. I don't care where it is. I'm just planning for that. And I'm see if I can't plan for that next year. I definitely want to get in on one of your retreats. I too love to travel. I spoke in Dubai platform this year, yeah. And then I traveled to Paris to speak on that platform. And let me tell you, you get those butterflies in your stomach every time you hit the stage, whether it's virtual or in person. But once you open your mouth and you speak and you let God use you because you want to make a positive impact, it's just, you become relentless in your work. You really do. I had my first event. I'm going to share this and I'm going to release the mic. I had my first event where I had gone to a conference last year. I met this wonderful gentleman and he was talking about investing. And I ended up, fast forward, investing one of my pensions that I had for a utility company that I worked for. What a great investment. Let me tell you, my retirement is going to be hot. I'm going to be all over this creation if God let me. It's going to be hot. And I'm not finished. But my purpose was, I talked to him and I said, would you come and speak to my people about this? Because when you get something that's good, I'm not saying it's for everybody, but let them decide whether it's for them or not.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put that in front of people so that they can have the same opportunities I do. I'm not that one that will get opportunities and once the door's shut, then I'll tell you about it. That's not how you do things. You let them know, put it out in front of them, and let them decide what's good for them.
Yeah.
And he flew all the way from South Carolina. And my husband and I set him up wonderfully. We had it at a beautiful landscape country club. We had the best brunch that you ever want. And let me tell you, my brother delivered. He brought his wife with him. It was a wonderful time. And people made investments. They're still thanking me. And I think that's what I do best. I put people in front of opportunities.
I like the fact that you have identified what you do best. I like that. I think we should all identify what we do best. Yeah, please carry on.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then and let them decide if
Yeah.
it's a good fit for them.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then some opportunities lead to other opportunities. Well, let me tell you, I just want to do more of that good to
Amen.
serve others,
Amen.
particularly as women. Particularly as women. I
Thank
want to
you.
do well. I want to do good to serve other women as I've been served very well.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for that powerful, powerful share. Thank you. You said a couple of things there. So first of all, the retreat is in Lake Como in Italy next year, April. So we'll talk. And then you talked about not being at step 10. Now, I'm going to share very vulnerably, and I've shared it here before. It's not so much vulnerably, more openly. I've shared it here before. I've been a executive coaching client of Lisa Nichols, as well as Dr. Cheryl Wood. Lisa and I were in Dr. Cheryl's program. Dr. Cheryl is 13 years into her journey. Lisa is almost 30 years into her journey. And I will share quite openly that there are many things that Lisa couldn't help me with. She was too far gone. She was too far out from where I was, right? To understand what it's like to be building a business now. She started building her business 30 years ago in the way that Dr. Cheryl could help me, because she is much closer to where I am. And I have people who've been doing this for three years longer than I have, who were able to help me in another way, because they literally just walked the path that I am walking on. So I cannot stress, we are all equipped, ready, and able to help somebody. We don't need to be at step 10 to help somebody. Somebody at step 1 needs you at step 2. Don't diminish one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? A share, a comment, a question? Hey, Sen, how are you doing?
Hi, everybody. Tonight, I really liked what you said. I need to work with me to be the best of me. So who personally knows me, that wait with my 5 years of my life, I have been facing overcoming hardship, and I even written the book, which is called Overcoming Hardship. But what I want to say, obviously, this is also, I always attend your events or, meetings and all that. It's every time we learn something new. So by learning and supporting each other, we are all of us becoming a better or the best version of ourselves, because we share this, all of us, new knowledge. And while we all started at the beginning of the journey as well. So like you said, you don't need to be level 10 to help somebody, I realized when I've decided, like you shared the impact of telling your story, our story, when I've written my book, and when I decided to share my story, I realized first time when I was on stage, how an anxiety we all have, but with experience and all this knowledge, then that an anxiety goes down and we get more knowledge. And how really we help people. When I've written this book, I told my publisher, she said, what's your aim when you write this book? I said, my aim is to help women around the world which have been facing through the similar situation like me. And I said, I remembered her saying to her, if only one lady or one person in the world calls me, tells me, thank you, your story has helped me in the life. I said, that's what makes me happy. It's not like some people dream of, telling the story by becoming, multimillionaire. It's the heart that we got inside, especially as a woman, that we want to help people around the world. We are not like some people, you know, selfish, thinking about money. We really want to help that person, even if she's at the bottom and level 0, to come, you know, slowly up. And that's what I feel amazing and grateful for, all sisterhood, you know, which we got and which we connected with all different people in the world.
Yeah, thank you, Sen. Thank you. It's nice to know what your values are and where your lines are. It's also, to be honest, this is my view. I don't know, people may not agree. I think it's great to help people. I think it's honorable to help people. I think we should also be mindful that we are not disregarding our gift, our value, by not placing a price on it, because that's also disrespectful to our maker. So we need to be careful about that we don't give away what God has given us to feed ourselves for free, because we're in a bid to help people. I think there's a fine line, and I think absolutely help people. I'm a big believer in helping people. But neither am I going to diminish my gift. And sometimes that's also us not believing in ourselves, where we say, I just want to help people. No, we want to use our gifts to elevate our lives as well as other people. We're also what's the word? Worthy of being elevated, right? We're worthy of being elevated. So I just want to make that point. There's a lot of time for a lot of us, we spend a lot of time and money in being elevated, right? We spend a lot of time and money in being elevated. So why should we not also place a price on our value of elevating others? Right? I have worked with Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, Dr. Cheryl Wood, Andy Enriquez, a whole raft of others. I didn't work for them for free. I paid. I paid in effort, in time, and in good old-fashioned currency. So why would I not turn around and give it away for free? That's an insult to God and to myself. I'm sorry. Yes, don't get me wrong. There's definitely give back. There's definitely give back. Sen, fully, there has to be give back. But you don't give it all away. I don't agree with that. I think we should give it all away. Just one thing. This is just my share to you. Please don't give away everything that God has given you. Please don't do that to yourself. Please don't do that to yourself. It's not fair to you, Sen. Yeah. Thank you, my darling. Thank you for allowing me to say that back to you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry. So yeah, Anna, sorry, have you finished? Sorry, I didn't really.
I'm sorry. I should have said I'm finished. I'm finished. Thank you. Please carry on.
I just wanted to agree that it's really true that you don't have to be like at level 10 before you can actually start making impacts. And I have actually realized that, because I used to think that, oh, no, I don't know this, I haven't got this, I haven't got that, oh, no one's going to want to listen to me because I haven't. But then I realized along the way, it's as you're doing, you start growing, you start understanding much more as you go along, as you go along the process. And that's what I've kind of like learned along the way. I've learned that the more you do, the more you learn.
The more you do, actually, Ade, a true word is, the way to learn is by doing.
Yeah,
right? Right, exactly. So I'm saying you're 100%, I agree with you 100%. If you're at level 1, if you're going up a ladder, right, and you're at step 1, right, you have the tools, the knowledge, the experience to be at step 1. The only ways to get to step 2 is by learning more, is by growing, is by building, is by developing yourself. You can't get to step 2 just by standing still at step 1, right? It takes effort to get to step 2. And by getting to step 2, we're then learning more. Then we can turn around and help people who are at step 1 or even 1.5. but we only get to step 2 by taking action. You're absolutely right. And for a lot of us, I think we spend a lot of time, especially women, don't ask me why. It's the conditioning, it's the culture. But for a lot, we have a tendency to want to be perfect before we can step out. And the only way to get better is by stepping out. It's actually a juxtaposition. You can't get good if you don't try. But we want to get good just by watching or thinking or reading books or what have you. But it's actually by stepping out and taking chances.
Yeah, I think another thing is taking risks, I would say, and like crushing the fear. Just crushing the fear, because like that my friend actually said to me, she was like, oh my gosh, she was like that she could never believe that she would see me do that. She was like shocked. She was like if she hadn't like heard me mention my name, that she wouldn't have like known that was me, because like although she recognized me, but she was just like kind of like shocked. So I think you just have to crush the fear and just like go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Crush the fear and take risks. I think men are in general better risk takers than women in general. And yeah, anyway, thank you, Ade. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay.
Okay, I want to say something. I want to express my gratitude for what you are doing. I remember when I went to the event at home, I will call it at home, at our home.
At our home.
At our home. And I've been to our home, but our home never transformed me before what you are doing now. And that experience have changed my mindset. And changing your mindset is so important, because when your mindset is changed, there are new actions that take place in your life. Things that I would not have done before. Because of that experience, I'm doing so many new things.
Amen.
That I would not have done before. And before, for example, yesterday I went to a new gym. I would not have gone there without my daughter, but I went alone.
Wow.
I asked people, oh, it's my first time. Excuse me, where do I go? What do I do? How do I do it? You know, but I just said to myself, the second time I will even help somebody else.
Yeah.
Because now I will tell her, okay, when you go, don't turn right.
Exactly.
Just turn left. Why? Because I took the chance. I removed doubt, fear, and I went. I've learned something that I can give to someone else. So what I want to say is that, you know, answering your call is making so much difference in the life of women that did not even know who they were because of life. And now they are finding themselves and they are growing, they're improving their life. And I'm just happy. I'm just excited that this exists.
Yeah. Amen.
But
Amen.
that's,
Thank you. Thank you, Myros. Thank you so much for that. I'm excited too, to be honest. I'm excited too. Thank you so much for that, Myros. It's yeah, I often say it's a wonderful time to be alive. And the truth of the matter is, There are so many, how do I put this? There's so many business coaches out in the world, and I'm not knocking business coaching in any way, shape, or form. But for me, the people who have helped me achieve the most transformation in my life have been the people who have given me transformational coaching, right? To be fair, I think a lot of business coaches are realizing that now. Speaker coaches have realized it. Business coaches have realized it, that if you simply give the tools without doing the mind work, you're not really shifting people. To shift people is here. Is here. Yeah, exactly. T is there. Is there. Once this is changed, the rest will happen. The rest will happen. But if I give you tools and tips and strategies and say, go build a funnel and go, nothing's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because you won't believe in yourself. It's here. This is what drives it. This is what drives your actions. This is what drives your thinking. What do they say? That your thoughts will your beliefs will shape your thoughts. Your thoughts will shape your habits. Your habits will shape your results. Your results will shape your beliefs. It's a vicious circle. It starts with a belief. To change you, start with your beliefs. Start with your beliefs. Believe that you're worthy and you will act worthy, and then you'll get worthy results, and then you'll believe that you're worthy. It's just a vicious circle, right? So yeah, I love that. I love that you recognize that. I love that you're coming again on Saturday, and I can't wait. I can't wait for more. I can't wait for more. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to ask you before I let you all go. Can we smile? You're going to be on your candid camera. Smile. Smile. Everyone ready? Smile. Yay, yay. Okay, thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. So we're 7 minutes over. I knew it would happen. It always happens. But I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to invite you. Hold on. Let me put my calendar link here. You're all welcome to set up a meeting with me. 1 second. Let me put my link quickly. Set up a meeting with me if you want to have a one-on-one. For some of you, I'm seeing you on Saturday. And for those who I'm not, I want to say thank you. We have had somebody from the US say to me, can you make Saturday hybrid? And I'm like, huh? I'm not sure I'm ready for hybrid. That's really scary. Hybrid? So T, we may have somebody on Zoom. She wants to be there, but she's in Delaware. She's like, I'm coming, do it hybrid. So we'll see. But anyway, for those who are coming on Saturday, I will see you on Saturday. For the rest of you, I want to thank you for your time, because time is the most precious commodity we have. Much more than money is time, because we will never, ever, ever make time back. We can make money back. For those who want to hear about Lake Como, get in touch. Lisa, I will be in touch. Lake Como, April 2024. It's a date. And I want to say thank you. Thank you all so much. Falake, I'll see you on Saturday. I wish you better. Patricia, I will respond to you. I got your message. And Josephine, thank you so much. Didn't see your face. Hopefully next time we will do. Send, bye for now. Bye, everybody. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Mary Rose. Bye, T. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lady Anna. Good night, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, Ade, we'll have our meeting in a second. I don't know. I think maybe. Thank you, darling. See, I wish you better. See you Saturday. Right, so hold on. Hold on, Ade.
Yeah, I'm here.
I know you're there. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Good. Everyone's got. I I had to remove some people. I think people had fallen asleep and left the thing on. So I had to actually physically go in just now to remove people. They obviously weren't by their computers. They're probably sleeping. How are you? You okay?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How's work?
Work. I left work.
I thought so.
I left my job. I left my job 2 weeks ago. I left my job 2 weeks ago. So I went back at the moment. I went back to register with the agency I was working with before.
And have they got you a job?
Well, not a permanent job, no.
Yeah, but you don't want a
No.
permanent job, do you? Did you want a permanent job?
No. I work today.
Yeah, but
I work today.
you said they didn't give you a permanent job. I'm saying, but did you want a permanent job? Were you looking for a permanent job?
What I actually really want to do is to do my child minding. That's what because I set up just to make money just for now, just to get. But at the moment it's hard to get. I haven't got the children at the moment.
Right.
That's why I went to register with the agency. So
Right.
they've given me for 2 weeks. For the 2 weeks that I finished work, I hadn't worked. So it was just this. It was actually today. Today's the first day that I've gone to work with the agency.
And are you going back tomorrow, or is it just a one-off?
No, it's for 4 days for this week.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to find out how you were doing, really, to be honest.
Yeah, besides that, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all I
Yeah.
wanted to find out how you were doing, because I know that you were leaving your job. That's all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are you guys? So you're going next year? You're going to Lake Como?
Mm-hmm.
In April. That's my birthday.
That's your 60th. That's your 60th. You were thinking of going on a cruise, right?
No, I don't think I'm going to go on a cruise. I'm not a fan. I've been on a cruise twice, but I'm not really a fan of cruises. But,
I thought you said you wanted to go on a cruise. What did you say you wanted to go on?
I don't mind. I think I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go on a cruise. I don't know. I'm not sure if my son is like wanting to sort something out for me. I don't know what he's like doing at the moment. I don't really know. So I'm not sure. I'm not too sure what I'm doing at the moment. But April, what time are you going in April?
I haven't sorted it out yet. I don't know.
Oh, it will be after Easter, won't it?
It won't be during Easter, that's for sure. It will either be before or after Easter. It won't be during Easter.
Oh, okay. So it must probably be after Easter. I'm not sure if Easter falls in April next year.
I don't know when Easter falls next year.
Yeah, it falls in April.
Yeah, I don't know what dates I'm saying. I don't know what specific dates Easter falls. Actually, sometimes Easter falls in March, doesn't it? I don't know when it falls next year.
Yes. But sometimes it falls in late March, yes.
Yeah, occasionally falls in March. So I don't know, is it
I'm not too sure when it is. I
don't know.
I think it's in April next year. I have a feeling it is.
Yeah, it probably is, but I don't know. I'm looking at my phone.
You've been there before, haven't you? You went this year, didn't you, to Lake
Yes,
Como?
I did. I did. I can't see Easter, I can't see Easter in April. It may not even be in April. I can't see Easter in April. I don't think it's in April.
Then it must be.
I mean, I don't know. I can't see it at all. I just can't see it.
Early bank holiday.
It's on the 29th of March. There you go. Good Friday. Friday is the 29th of March. And then Easter Monday is the 1st of April. There you go.
Oh, it's much earlier then.
It's earlier. Yeah.
It's wow.
We certainly won't go for Easter. We'll go much, much later.
Oh, that's fine. I thought it was in. I think, was it last year or so? I'm not sure if it's this year or last year. It fell on my birthday. Actually, yeah, it was actually this year. I think that it fell on my birthday.
Changes it. When is your birthday?
It's on the 9th of April.
9th, okay. But Easter changes every year, doesn't it? It's not. Yeah. So anyway, so it's end of March, April.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. And you have friends who are in town coming from the US, you said.
Yeah, on yes, they're coming. There's this group that I'm in they're in America, and they're touring Europe. And then she said that they're going to be here. They came the first day they arrived. They arrived here for one day, and then they went. They're coming on the 20th. Yeah, coming on Saturday. I think
Right.
they're going to spend a day. Yes, and I'm so that I'm going to miss Saturday. Yeah, it's so kind of like yeah.
It'll be your first one that you'll miss, Ade.
Yes, and I was like hoping I would not miss any. But
Yeah.
then the next one's going to be next year, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be another one this year.
No, you won't do another one. No.
I think so. Never mind.
I've been doing so well so far.
I know. Never mind. What do you think of today?
Oh, it's like fantastic. It's really good. As T said, it's you learn something new every day. Every day you see it in a different perspective.
Yeah. That's why we
Really.
have to keep learning, because sometimes we have a tendency to feel, oh, I've done that before, I don't need it. But no, you're a different person now, right? You're a different person now. So yeah. And then because you've done so much since the last time, your clarity is different, right? So yeah.
Yeah, because I must say my clarity, I don't know if you notice, it keeps like changing. It keeps changing as I'm getting more into it. I keep on seeing it different ways, different things. I don't know if I'm making sense of what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
You are growing, you're evolving. Things will become clearer as you move.
That's it. They're becoming much clearer, and it's the more that I do, the more that I see that things are coming more clearer. I'm just like so grateful in it. You don't want me to start, if I start, and I like. No, I'm just.
You're so
really,
grateful
really,
for what? You're so grateful for what?
No, for what you've done. You don't know how you just like made great impact in my life. You really inspire me. I said that I'm just so amazed, because I would never have like had the courage to step out on Instagram. This lady that I'm talking about, she said to me today, I said, you know that I'm a shy person. Yeah, I don't do this. She said, yeah. She was like looking like, yeah, I know that. I couldn't believe.
I'm listening.
Sorry,
I'm listening, Ade.
Sorry.
I'm listening. Carry on, please. Carry on.
That I don't even have to look at I can't even believe myself that I went on Instagram live, and like I started to just build up this boldness inside of me, that because I used to think, oh no, if I do this, what are people going to say? They're going to think, oh, this, they're going to think that. But I just like, and she said that you didn't even come across that I was shy, that it was like that I looked confident, and I think, yeah, that's what you think, like. And it's because that day that you said that, oh, why don't you go live? It's the 1st of September. And I thought, oh my gosh, Ede, you want to kill me? Go live like today. Then I thought to myself, no, I'll go next week. I said to myself, no, I'm not going to go next week. I'm just going to go now anyway. So, and if you notice, on that first day, I was like, my glasses, I couldn't see, so I was like going like this. My glasses are like going up and down. And I was kind of like trying to think, oh my gosh, oh, who's this? Oh, thank you. But I just thought to myself, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'll just do it anyway, whichever way it comes out. I'll just do it anyway.
But that's how you learn. You see, that's how you learn. And now look at you. That's exactly how we learn, Ade.
Yeah. No, I just took that bold step, and when you, and another thing that encouraged me as well, when you've recorded that voice message, because I said to myself, the first day I said to myself, oh my goodness me, I'm all over the place here, I'm here, and like kind of like, oh sorry, and my glasses up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and like I was thinking, but then that message, that voice message that you recorded, that you sent to me, like even like pushed me further, that oh no, I'm not gonna give up, I'm gonna go on and do it. Right, because I said to myself, oh no, I'm all over the place, I'm here, I'm there, I'm this, I'm that, but then
That's it.
thank you so much. You know, when I start now, I'm gonna like, oh gosh, no, and then you've really made a big impact in my life. You really have. You just, and I know that this is only the beginning.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad, Ade. I'm really, I'm happy for you. And yeah, this is in fact the beginning. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm so glad. I'm just so glad that God just connected me to you, because you've really been a blessing to me. You really have in so many ways, and I'm forever grateful. I'm forever.
I know you are. I know you are, Ade. Thank you. Which is why I asked for you to stay back today. I know you are. I genuinely know you are. And I'm going to confuse you a little bit now. And I don't mean to, but I will do. I know you're busy on Saturday, but if you want to come as my guest, as in no payment, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to answer, but I will need an answer tomorrow because I need to tell Chef how many people are coming.
Oh, and thank you so much. Thank you.
You don't have to answer now. Don't answer now. Think about it. Let me know tomorrow morning. Okay.
Okay. I'll get back. Thank you so.
You're welcome. So I know you're meant to be seeing people. Please don't let them down if that's what you'll be doing. But I want you to know that if you do want to be here, no pressure, Ade. Honestly, if you say you can't, or if you no pressure, there will be no hard feelings, no nothing. But I don't want you to.
I'll see what time they're going to come. So maybe if I can meet up with them afterwards.
You can do. The only thing is we don't finish till 6.
No, yeah, I know. If it's gonna be like, I know we finish at 6 o'clock. So if it's like later on in the evening,
you can meet up with them in the evening, but just to let you know, we're not finishing till 6.
No, I know,
yeah. So it's up to you. I just want you to know that you are welcome to join us, but I do need to know tomorrow, because Chef will need numbers confirmed to her tomorrow. Okay, but if you can't come, Ade, it's absolutely fine. No pressure. I don't want you to be here and you're thinking of what you're missing somewhere else. Honestly, I don't want you to do that. So if you need to honor that, then honor that. Yeah.
Well, no, you know that I'm always looking forward. I'm always asking you, when's the next one? When's the next one?
I know. You're always asking, when's the next one? You are always asking.
Anywhere that you go in there, I'd like attach, if possible, I'll attach my even what you're going, hopefully next year. But I know that I know that things are gonna turn around. I know that I'm gonna become a world speaker, and you're gonna be so proud of me when you see.
I'm proud of you already, my love. I'm proud of you already.
That you're calling, I'm gonna be coming. I'm your sister, following you everywhere you go.
You're welcome, my sweet girl. You're more than welcome. Yeah.
Thank you so
much. Okay. Let me know tomorrow, yeah?
All right, then I will do. Thank you so much, Annie. God bless you.
God bless you. Have a good evening. Bye for now. Bye.